Here. Today's topic is hydrolysis of salts. Salt is the substance obtained when an acid and a base reacts. So hydrolysis example in HCl plus NaOH. This is acid, this is base. When these two combine, we will get NaCl plus water. So this is our salt. Okay, so salt ke hydrolysis. What does this term mean? Hydrolysis of salt means hydrolysis of salt means reaction of the reaction of the cation and anion of the salt with water. Hydrolysis means the salt will have a cation and anion, and that cation and anion will react with water. That is hydrolysis. But condition of hydrolysis is to form at least a weak acid or a weak base. This is the condition. Either a weak acid or a weak base must be formed. If either of these is not formed, then there is no hydrolysis of the salt. This is the condition, right? Ani mag semak biyai. Weak acid ka weak base ka semak biyai. Weak acid amaga strong base ka sem biyai. Khaba strong acid amaga weak base amaga sem biyai. Weak amaga yaur lore ko. But strong acid amaga strong base amaga seme. Ador gadi thokte. Salt ke hydrolysis thokte na hai gani. Gyan taraba. Ador jegi ko na jegi torok puta khangani ko. Ador salt se makhal ahum lei. Makhal mari lei ko. So weak acid, weak base, strong acid, strong base and have say mari sina same bahai tare ko. Aduna ahan ba hydrolysis se we are going to do hydrolysis of salts which are formed from a weak acid, or let me do strong acid and strong base. Salt of strong acid and strong base. Sa is strong acid, Sb is strong base. So this is strong acid, this is strong base. HCl is a strong acid while NaOH is a strong base. They combine to form this salt. So this is an example of a salt of a strong acid and a strong base, right? So examples of such salts, examples of such salts of strong acid and strong base. Salts of strong acid and strong base are NaCl. NaCl is one of the example, best example, very common example. And you can say KCl. You can say sodium sulfate. You can say sodium nitrate, etc. These are some salts which are obtained from a strong acid and a strong base. Adu kamaina line no charakpa ma sini ko strong acid strong base ki noi list ma you must know. Let me write the list here. Sana yung se acid ta ai hanasu igrab ni amke ige strong acid haba ma weak acid haba ma सिगी लिस्ट में सिन होना खंग दबया देखो strong acid का weak acid का example खरा ये बको strong acid के example से कहीं HCl HBr गंदरबा HI then sulfuric acid को then nitric acid then HClO4 this is called perchloric acids they are strong acids weak acid acetic acid is a weak acid HF is a weak acid then H2CO3 carbonic acid is a weak acid phosphoric acid is a weak acid ICN is a weak acid etc okay these are weak acids now again in base the so maka strong base hai ma ka adiga weak base hai ma lai ba ka strong base ke example noi na khang bataye ka strong base ke example sing si ka maina sodium hydroxide strong base ni potassium hydroxide strong base ni ka rubidium hydroxide then cesium hydroxide they are all strong bases okay weak base ke example the ammonium hydroxide se weak base ni nickel hydroxide weak base ni gandara etc hairo yam hydroxide ko ferric hydroxide weak base ni ko even magnesium hydroxide is an example of weak base magnesium hydroxide khangabra aduna second list se sidagi yengo aina ahan example low se NaCl se NaCl is formed from ICl and NaOH strong acid strong base aduga kai form toba NaCl form tobi reaction is here this is a salt formed from a strong acid and strong base this is strong acid and this is strong base khangadra hojik sigi hydrolysis sing se asin noina lesto hojik amuka isallu khangaba aduga sumaina thambiramo aduga sigi salt sing sigi ne hydrolysis thokte habsi iram tare noina sumba salt sing sigi no hydrolysis takes place NaCl ge hydrolysis reaction class 10 de noi iram ba yai khangde ra project ba ko but mo ge hydrolysis thokte maram haira ke ji ko no hydrolysis of such salts kya darba maram se le ge jo sine tongan iro ba ko maram se ngo let me take this NaCl as the example NaCl is formed by Na plus and Cl minus n every salt must contain a cation and anion so when this is reacted with water in water this is partial positive this is partial negative cation of this salt will combine with anion of water in the higher day but still higher see negative charge to go partial negative to that is OH cation ga anion ga sigi H plus ka react tawraga form tawdurini kai form tawre Na ga OH ka puladi NaOH and H ka Cl ka puladi HCl now definition di chalo is it weak base or strong base NaOH is weak base or strong base list yengo NaOH is weak base lo strong base ni this is a strong base what about HCl strong acid ado aina kayen hai giba hydrolysis thoke hargadi either weak acid natragana weak base natragana anima form tawdaba at least amadi form tawdaba yadi haba sidadi anima kedore strong hakta lae bako the strong ta lak pa haibase sumaina haibi aikona NaCl can be written as Na plus and Cl minus because this is a strong electrolyte this is water and since NaOH is a strong base it dissociates completely into ions because the medium of the reaction is water so this can be written as Na plus and OH minus and again HCl is a strong acid therefore this can be written as H plus and Cl minus ion this cation of the salt is cancelled out with what Na plus of sodium hydroxide anion of the salt cancelled out with this then what is remaining here this is simply water gi water gi ionization tadro H plus and the OH minus ion What is the cation and anion of the salt here in this reaction? No involvement of the salt, cation or anion of the salt in this reaction. Therefore, no hydrolysis takes place. So, my high. Gandarba. Reaction to the Siladana, Ama cation dogi, salt to Gine, cation, Natrana anion, Ama lim hobo, we get up Matang the Aura and lim hobo nebakaba. We get Sinatron weak base, Ama at least form Todaba, yeah, at least in high siko. But to form at least a weak acid or a weak base have. And it's among the Amma Yao the Via de list. Gandareko, and here CL hydrolysis talk there. Gandarba. This is simply dissociation of water. No doubt. Matangi the Kangani, Matangi salt, Makalagi cannot do hydrolysis or Podako, hydrolysis to E habit. Next, see, hydrolysis of salts of, let me take a weak acid and weak base. And when I say E give the salt of strong acid and strong base, I get that. I don't need in the same salt, oidori never than a strong at the oibrina, hydrolysis to oil have the candle have a car. I don't get the Zigango. Salt sigi sumba salt sigi examples come in same money. Sumba salt example come in same money higher digo weak acid list. This is weak acid. Strong base weak acid. I'm a strong yawan ki this is strong E ki. Sisu lakini weak acid weak base ki ka aro lagani. Ado strong acid later here. Sorry, weak acid. Weak acid later sisi ka aduga strong base and acid tare do di sigagi salt high tare gyan tare brain dolis hai kari tare de acetic acid ka sodium hydroxide ka reactor di kai form to ni nakan dane I example budi som di e rage unko acetic acid is a weak acid and sodium hydroxide is a strong base ani se combine to di Kamila kani haganda acid ki is plus ka OH ki NaOH ki base ki OH minus an ka punsal water tarodra hydrogen dugi jaga ka nan logdaba sodium na displacement type reaction ne si the kai form torni CH3COO Na. This is our salt plus water. So, my name is form to this example. If the see the salt, see this acid, sodium acetate. This is called sodium acetate. Sodium acetate. This is an example of salt of weak acid and strong base. Sodium gumba potassium gumba ka group 1 gi keno se sodium potassium rubidium cesium francium to cesium phoba sodium de yawram ba khama barium gumba yawram ba salt to ado this strong base yaw in khallo dum jantarba aduga strong acid ki se gi magi anion sing hai tare ko anion sing Cl gumba Br gumba iodide ion gumba sulfate ion gumba nitrate ion gumba perchlorate ion gumba moi hek yawram ba salt to ado di strong acid ki salt ne khan de da bai khoina ko se di ngo acetate ion na tro yaw ri sa acetate ion se acetic acid na tro adu se weak acid ki ne ha ba do gyan dar ba adu mai reaction su ji ra ni ngo adu top example ma hai wa dem da hai ba hai ge da noi acetic acid ki am yaw re na tra HF ka na ga pun ba yai sodium hydroxide ka pullo HF si kai no weak acid ni sodium hydroxide is strong base na tro ani si pulla di kai tar ni NaF. This is an example of salt of strong acid, weak acid and strong base. Jantarada. Adagi, atai kari high bi say carbonic acid ki same se bako H2CO3 ka kanaga sodium hydroxide ka bulan gera potassium hydroxide ka bulan gera potassium hydroxide ka bulan lati kai tarni K2CO3 hydrogen ani sigi jaga ka nan lagu daba potassium na lohalo. These are the examples of salt of kanagi weak acid and strong base. Mayam na same biyari ko siga danate ko ज्ञान तारबा मैम सेम याय ICN की so for example say NaCN is also an example of salt of weak acid and strong base ज्ञान तारदरा etc सिगी हाइड्रोल सिगी मखै से मखोई की हाइड्रोलिसिस तो लोइन थोकनी अहुम मक थोकनी सॉल्ट मखल मरी नीला कदोसी स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस ने सेम सॉल्ट मै हाइड्रोलिसिस थोरोय वीक एसिड स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस ने सेम सॉल्ट अदगी स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड वीक बेस ने सेम सॉल्ट अदगी वीक एसिड एंड वीक बेस ने सेम सॉल्ट सिगी मखल अहुम से हाइड्रोलिसिस लोइन थोय खबा अदुना सेद हजिक करी हाइतारे सिगी केटाइन एनाइन ऐसे लाइन मसा में इरखिनेबको अदुबु आई एग्जांपल हान पीखिगे येंगो लेट मी टेक दिस sodium acetate as the example. This is cation, this is anion. Acetate ion is the anion, sodium is the cation. It reacts with water, H plus OH minus ion. Sigi anion ka sigi kaya cation ka combine tawudaba. Cation is this. Sigi cation ka sigi anion combine tawudaba. Ga antaro si reaction is very simple. Khanga ba? Adu kai form dorni. CH3COO minus the H plus hapsal adi kai tare acetic acid tadra plus NaOH ado this is weak acid natro this is strong base the weak am the yaura aba means hydrolysis thoy weak am yarak ta yade product ne hydrolysis reaction de ne weak am hek yarak tra ba do hydrolysis thok te weak am yaura aba weak acid wagera weak base wagera और animal wagera weak po am yaura di salt to hydrolysis thoy gyan taradra ado sigi se salt haibasi strong electrolyte ni most of the salts ko sigi this can be written as sigi sumaina ta hydro ni se ne OH ai line tungan e su ko sai sumaina e hidna ina se haibadi sumaina su e bi ai haibadu ne ba ko ado sumaina e da vida han ba sigi line se dum haira ge ba ko sigi sodium hydroxide is strong natro strong base natro sisina weak acid ne haiba ko strong haibadu di kai kadai bu ko ge strong base hai si completely ion se dissociate to bu strong haiba natro ado ga di sigi Na plus and the OH minus ion dissociate to ne ba si di completely dissociation to roi haiba because this is a weak acid. Similarly this sodium acetate is a strong electrolyte. It dissociates completely into ions. Acetate ion ga Na plus ka aduna ne sigi Na plus siga ka khibi aiba magi involvement laite have reactions da khangaba cation of the salt has no involvement in this reaction. Then water ga react to risi kanano cation la anion la sisi di kana khre haiba sumaina sigi anion sidagi thole eba acetate ion khara ko but completely ionization to deba do di sigi acetate ion sidagi tholok pa acetate ion ga sei tholok pa acetate ion ga managadro sin ma'am tholakani dina because sodium acetate is a strong electrolyte while acetic acid is a weak electrolyte aduna cancel out to bi yati haba ko siga di cancel out to bi yai because sodium hydroxide is a strong base which is a strong electrolyte aduna Na plus cancel out to reba ko aduna acetate ion du ga natro water ga reaction to risi sikana khrabni na ne here acetate ion is left and it reacts with water to form what acetic acid and what OH minus ion. This is the hydrolysis reaction of this salt sodium acetate. So the anion of the salt reacts with water. Therefore sigi salt mayam sigi hydrolysis hai sibu koina anionic hydrolysis haina su kawe haba anionic hydrolysis. Why this term is called anionic hydrolysis? Because the anion of the salt, only anion of the salt, reacts with water, not the cation. Khangadro, ado sidaida magi hydrolysis constant nama laye ki H haiduna ko. Ado magi details study khoi tawro simaram de takes time. Khangaba. Ado sugumba sodium acetate की solution दुगी pH का मैंने calculate तौगनी मखोई में आमसिगी क्या मैं दोबा pH तो 7 दे हेन के द्रा हदी acidic ओए के द्रा basic ओए के द्रा हाई बकोई सर नमन लाओ इधरा तो सीधे OH minus ion पिरक OH minus ion पिरक पहाड़ दे करी नो basic ओए तो रिना त्रो H plus ion di khajigatan pirakadaba sidai lakadaba H plus ion ga NaOH dagi lakwa OH minus ion ga OH minus ion helane ba aduna OH minus ion na H plus ion dagi hen ba solution du bi koina kari ba basic solution ina kawi natragana sida su yengo strong dugi character chele haba strong dugi strong si base natro aduna no. Aduna sugumba karhaba solve ki aqueous solutions hai aqueous solutions of such salts hai will have a pH greater than 7 kaba will be basic will be kari hagadaba basic in nature basic oiba khaba basic in nature high bagi artha kaino that is in harga pH kya hoigedaba greater than 7 hoiganeba to sugumba solve ki aqueous solution ki pH calculate tawba question si NCERT dadi yaude do pH ki my formula do 7 plus half of si derive se tawbu yai ko to derive to matam sangi kan de noi yauda mina noi hang oiba just identify tawba hangani noi da ko 7 plus half of pKa plus log C. This is the formula to calculate pH of such aqueous solution. 7 plus means 7 plus is 7 the plus some torkador value ma the 7 the hen kalakhaneba ko 14 phogi marak ta laiganeba 7 the hen ba habidi kaino basic oidro aduga kari haidare sigi pKa si kadai di lai no hargadi sigi equilibrium reaction si da yengo si KH haibni hydrolysis constant kawi magi expression ka e dress da ko hydrolysis constant and high ba KH si ko ado sidai da weak acid ma yaubra yaudro weak acid sigi pKa Ka di kaino acid dissociation constant haidana ko adugi lae aduga sidai lairiba log C haibasina ne log C hai si karino hargadi C se sigi salt to ki concentration oido magi concentration kya darba C is concentration of kanagi of the salt to ki concentration oigane gyan darba 7 dagi hen gani basic solution oi pH ki expression sini lore sen ba extra khangel liti khangadra aduna sodium fluoride kisu potassium carbonate kisu NaCN kisu makhoi loina gi ne pH ki expression se sumaina calculate tawuni sigi sida aduga pKa na weak acid yaurakani dana acetic acid magi pKa gi value ne ko yare ko okay ahum subada kaino hydrolysis of salts of sidagi opposite lao weak acid ni sida weak base le hello strong base ni natra no weak acid to strong acid o hello ko so the acid no mangnam thamage strong acid and weak base in hybrid SA habdi kaino strong acid WB habna weak base ado the list is here come same gani kana ba strong acid sigi list de yengo adiga weak base na siga habdi kaino ICl ga kanaga ammonium hydroxide ka pulladi kari tarani karba salt tani ICl ga strong acid ni na ko ICl ga weak base strong ammonium hydroxide ka pulladi ammonium chloride tarodro aduna sugumba salt ki examples in hierarchy examples of such salt in hierarchy kari habi yare ammonium chloride kumba gyantarba adagi ammonium nitrate kumba you can say because nitric acid is a strong acid ammonium sulfate you can say gyantarba ammonium habi yare okay ammonium khata hydro gai magnesium hydroxide su weak base na tro magnesium hydroxide ka ICl ga pulo do adi kai tare magnesium chloride tare these are some examples of what salts of strong acid and weak base gyandaraba adu makhoi gi hydrolysis thoi makhoi gi dana kamai tawba seida Cl से नत्रगन नाइट्रेट से स्ट्रॉन्ग दिन लाकबा आयन दो अदु खंगो दो साइज स्ट्रॉन्ग दिन लाकबा आयन से कनानो केटाइन दो नत्रो स्ट्रॉन्ग दिन लाकबा केटाइन दो स्ट्रॉन्ग दिन लाकबा केटाइन दो स्ट्रॉन्ग दिन लाकबा पोटेशियम दो स्ट्रॉन्ग दिन लाकबा सोडियम दो अदु कैंसिल आउट तौवेबा वीक ते लाकबा कंपोनेंट दो अदु गनी वाटर का रिएक्शन तो दोसी अदुना वीक ते लाइसी कनानो केटाइन नत्रो magnesium is the cation coming out from a weak component, that is weak base. Therefore sugumba hydrolysis ki sumba salt ki hydrolysis hai cationic hydrolysis going assign karian hagiba anionic hydrolysis haidana makhoi sina ne kari kaweba hydrolysis of such salts is also called cationic hydrolysis. Gyan taradra sida igera noina bracket ta sida igera cationic kari haba hydrolysis cation dugi oina hydrolysis thokane ba anion dugi hydrolysis thoi haba gyan taraba aduna ai sai tawjik ammonium chloride ki reaction irage yonko ammonium chloride. Let me take this ammonium chloride, this is plus and this is minus, and reacts with water. This is partial positive, this is partial negative. Sige cation ga kanaga sige anion kai tarni haro kai form torni NH4OH, yes, ammonium hydroxide. And ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. Kasai pKa na lakhibudu pH expression da hujikti base ama lak weak base ama lakuni na kai lakadaba pKb na lakadabni sab manabne ba kasuk laitabne ko plus HCl ga pulaga HCl, and HCl is a strong acid. Adodi plus minus na lai roidra magide anion of the salt cancels out with this Cl minus ion of the strong acid formed. So anion of the salt has no role here. Only the cation of the salt reacts with water. Therefore the name cationic hydrolysis. Gyan taradra. This is as simple as that. Ado sigi siu je ke doba yengo seda H plus sign tholok pra OH minus sign tholok te ko H plus sign p with the acidic oil ne haba ko aduna nang na seda E ge da se kari ni E ge ni hai kan da ne aqueous solutions of such salts. So this is the hydrolysis reaction of kanagi ammonium chloride. Aqueous solutions of such salts will be acidic in nature. Strong ito yung strong si acid la base lo acid na tro strong acid ko aduna magi characteristic gani haibu will be acidic in nature. Acidic in nature, that is in her pH kya hoga ba lesser than 7. Ado di pH ki expression do som the E is siga dum manana dum E yo haba ko pH of such salt can be calculated from this formula. 7 plus ki jagah da kailani minus lakani 7 sin ne water su yaudro se equilibrium reaction the water yaudra magi pKw lakador me pKw of water is 14 oi bane ba kho 14 du dagi magi kari hai tare 2 na divide to throw 7 in lakre mi ko aduna 7 minus half of pKb lani pK ki jagah da log C remains same. This is the expression or formula to calculate pH of such salt solution. Gyan taradra. C is again concentration of the salt. Aduga Kb sina ne Kb sina base dissociation constant ni weak base sama se yaura ise sigi base dissociation constant adugi pKb ni ko adu pKb ka main e gani minus log of Kb mamang e gyan taradra sin music mai ke no si ko sigi sigdang khango aduga hydrolysis degree of hydrolysis ka ina lei ko adu details so se dekhoi tawdre yare ko ama khatang are kare ba hydrolysis of salts of weak acid and weak base aduma ai ithoma ge aduga loisalada me ko song si loramani hydrolysis of this is the Marisuba hydrolysis of salts of weak acid and weak base in hyper. सिगी सुम एक्सप्रेशन से डिराइव तौब खंगनिंगदि अदुम हाइरोको आई तौबिरके दो सुम इम्पोर्टेंट ओइदे एनसीईआरटी दा यावदे हाइदुना तौद्रबनि को पंदे पनबनि से लोइना सिगी हाइड्रोलिसिस ता को अदु पीएच की एक्सप्रेशन दी ई दबनेबा को मोइन डेरिवेशन दु उत्तबनि एनसीईआरटी दा खंगद्रा अदु सेदेगो हाइड्रोलिसिस ऑफ salts of weak acid and weak base सिगी हाइड्रोलिसिस सिगी salt सिंग सिगी एग्जांपल खरा हायु हायरगदी weak acid येंगो weak base येंगो weak acid is here weak base is here ammonium hydroxide का कनागा acidic acid का combine तो होलादी ammonium acetate form तो रोइद्रो and formula of ammonium acetate is this one. This is our ammonium acetate, or you can say ICN lower ko ICNC ICN ka kanaga ammonium cyanide. We can write NH4CN. This is a salt of weak acid and weak base. Adumaina I can also write carbonic acid ka kanaga ammonium carbonate. This is the formula of ammonium carbonate. Okay. Didagi say magnesium kya mahabhar the magnesium fluoride. I can write magnesium fluoride MgF2. These are some salts of kanagi weak acid and weak base. Makhoi di cationic and anionic hydrolysis and hai animal combine to animal water ga react to cancel out to them tak ha ba aduna I say the reaction example am e ge by taking this ammonium acetate as the example. This is our ammonium acetate, this is cation, this is anion, and reacts with water. This is partial positive, this is partial negative. Anion of the salt reacts with H plus of water to form acetic acid, which is a weak acid, and cation of the salt ammonium ion reacts with water, OH of water, to form ammonium hydroxide, which is a weak base. So weak acid and weak base are formed. So in the expression of pH, pKb yauki weak base thana ko weak acid lagana pKa yaudra animak cell lagtra ado animak yaura ne se salt ki term si leirakte ko aduna sidaida sugumba solution se somda yengo sugumba solution si acidic object basic object or neutral object depending upon pKa and the pKb of the salt gyan taradra aduna sidi yengo I pH of salt solutions, pH of aqueous solution aqueous solutions of such salts is calculated by in hargana relation do iraki onko pH is equal to 7 plus la da half la a adugo pKa minus pKb in high ado this da ngasai to boina amana plus tauki amana minus tauki na trasi si plus tau se plus ga sidoina minus samme ko sidana ne 7 plus ga sidoina minus lakuni si salt ki concentration gi term se the yaurakte khaba this is 2 not 7 ko okay ado gadi pH 7 de heli or handhe in haibasi ani si gi value de depend to rodro weak acid to gi pKa ga weak base to gi pKb gi value de depend to weba ko aduna sidai di ngo if pKa is greater than pKb hydrogen weak acid to gi ne pKa gi value do aduna weak base to gi pKb gi value de gi helabo or di achauba minus masasi kai dai positive tadra then 7 plus some positive value gyan taradra aduna sigi case da pH will be greater than 7 habidi kai tara basic or acidic basic implies basic aduga ani suba case da if pKa sinane pKb dagi pick aba this is small this is large small minus large si kai tai minus ta dro adudi minus la ane ba ko sidai dana ne pH ki value do less than 7 oigani haibagi ata kaino acidic oigane ba aduga karigumba pKa ga pKb ga manaramagadi if pKa is equal to pKb adugadi अनिसि मानदी टर्म 0 ताद्रो the pH की value 7 तारने खंबा pH की value will be 7 हाइबदी कइनो neutral लोरे implies neutral solution ज्ञान तारे को अदुना सुगुम्बा सोल्व की solution से acidic होय बिया basic होय बिया नत्रगना neutral होय बिया depending upon this pK and pKb value तारे को सिबो दोसिंग असिगे thank you